Hello guys, welcome back to my channel here on YouTube. Well, the time's come, finally. I've been putting this off for a while, not on purpose, it's just finding the time to cover this one. And I finally did. So it's the greatest Royal Rumble from 2018. It's a 2-disc set. The cover looks okay, I just think it's too many stars on the front of it. It's pretty jam-packed, to be honest, isn't it? I know it makes sense because it's a Royal Rumble, but bloody hell, that's a lot of people. And there we have that stadium in Saudi Arabia at the bottom there. Yeah, 2-disc set, as I said, or if I didn't say already, I do apologise. Trophy for the winner there. There's the 2 discs. One's green, one's red. There's an advert there for WWE 2K19. Something to do with that AJ Styles competition, $1 million challenge, whatever the fuck it was back then. There's the discs. So, before I start talking about all this, let's see if this one's going to end up in the Wrestling DVD Hall of Shame with those guys over there. So, greatest Royal Rumble, live from King Abdullah Sports City in Jeddah, Saudi Arabia, comes the grandest Royal Rumble. In the biggest Royal Rumble in WWE history, 50 superstars compete in an over-the-top rope free-for-all, where the winner receives a prestigious Greatest Royal Rumble Championship and a trophy. Locked inside a steel cage, Roman Reigns looks to get redemption when he tangles with Brock Lesnar for the Universal Championship. For the first time since 2010, John Cena does battle with Triple H, and Rusev tries to avoid being put to rest when he faces the returning Undertaker in a casket match, plus more. Anything can happen at the greatest Royal Rumble. So I'll just put that there a minute, guys. Oh yeah, this one's a 12 BBFC 12 rating and a run time of 5 hours 24 minutes. Right, let's get into the matches then, guys. So this took a lot of writing for me to do. Okay, so lots of championships on the line here in this pay-per-view. We kicked things off with John Cena versus Triple H, the first match between these two since 2010. It was okay, a little shorter than I thought it would be. Kept taunting each other with each other's taunts, which was kind of okay and a bit childish as well, just my opinion. A few close calls, as you would to expect with this, but it was a short match, as I said, an average match. Cena picked up the victory. Okay, meh on that one. Next up was Kalisto versus Cedric Alexander. Cruiserweight Championship was on the line. I really enjoyed this match, surprisingly, guys. Both put on a very cool match, very enjoyable. So I'm not going to slate that one. Very good. We had the Bar, Cesaro and Sheamus against Matt Hardy and Bray Wyatt for the Raw Tag Team titles next. I think Hardy and Bray made a good pairing. The match itself wasn't too bad. Maybe felt like a Raw match more than a pay-per-view one. It's good to see Bray and Matt pick up the W on that one. We had Jeff Hardy against Jinder Mahal. US title was up for grabs on this one. Not a lot to report here. Felt like another good enough match to me. It wasn't shit or nothing. We had the Bludgeon Brothers against the Usos for the SmackDown Tag Team Championships. It felt very cool to watch Luke Harper stroke Brody Lee once again in an old match. Rest in peace, dude. The Usos were rocking their Day One is H tops. Very strange. Was a cool match though, I thought. Did enjoy that one. We had a really good 4-way ladder match for the Intercontinental Championship next. We had Miz against Finn Balor, against Seth Rollins, against Samoa Joe. As I said, I thought this was an awesome match. Some great moves pulled off, especially by Balor. And I also loved Miz delivering a skull-crushing finale to Joe on the steps, on the ladder. Sorry. I thought that was pretty badass. I think Rollins won it in the most flukiest way ever, though. That was a shame. We had Shinsuke Nakamura versus AJ Styles for the WWE Championship next. I was really enjoying this one, thinking, wow, this could be actually the best match on here. But the finish really pissed me off. What the fuck was that all about? I won't ruin it for you guys, but you go and have a look at that one, see what I mean. I'm ruining some of it, and I am spoiling some of it, guys. Sorry, that's just so I can explain my opinions and express how I feel about it all. So I'm sorry if I've offended you or upset you all with that, giving away some spoilers on this. Let me carry on now. Sorry, guys, babbling on. Rusev versus Undertaker next in a casket match. This was basically a handicap match, wasn't it? If you think about it, because of all that bullshit interference from Aiden English. But not to worry though, because English got a tombstone pile driver for his troubles, then dumped by Taker into the casket with Rusev for Taker to pick up the victory. So that's pretty cool. Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns, Universal Championship on the line. I was hoping this one would be as badass as their WrestleMania 31 match, which I enjoyed. So this was inside a steel cage. Interference from Heyman, followed by a shit finish. Really let this one down for me. Basically, Reigns speared Lesnar through the cage and landed on Lesnar. And because Lesnar hit the floor first, he won. That was just lazy booking. Fucking disappointment, that was. Greatest Royal Rumble match. I've always loved the Royal Rumble match from the very first one I watched as a kid back in 1992. It's always been my favourite style of WWE match stroke pay-per-view with exception of WrestleMania. So I went into this excited. Daniel Bryan came in at number 1, lasted a very long time. We had a few surprises from Hornswoggle, The Great Khali and Kurt Angle, to name a few. It was good to see Angle and Bryan square off against each other, even though it was only briefly, but it was still badass from my perspective. Bryan's chest took a beating, the poor guy. It was quite savage looking. Check it out when you if you watch this match, guys. The poor guy must have had breathing problems or something later that day. His lungs took a beating. Or his chest did. So this funny shit happened, alright? And this made me laugh. Titus O'Neil came out. He ran to the ring, tripped, and went fucking flying under the ring apron. How fucking embarrassing that must have been for him. Holy shit. I felt so sorry for the dude, but I couldn't stop laughing. You know, and they kept replaying it over and over again just to add salt to the wounds. Poor fucking bastard. Moving on. Shane McMahon was another surprise too. It was good to see him there. Even though I don't like the guy, it's just good to see old faces back, you know. Lashley botched a move like he had butterfingers or some shit. It was a bit weird, hard to explain. Go and watch it, you'll see what I mean. Braun Strowman felt very dominant the minute he showed up. What a monster. I think he's tied a record for the most Rumble eliminations as of now, with Brock Lesnar at 13 eliminations in a single match. But it was a record he broke on this night at that time, before Brock had matched it about a year or two later, wasn't it? Yeah, a year and a half later or whatever it was. I thought 50 in a match did feel too much perhaps, but it was still fun. I think Strowman definitely deserved the win here. I understand the trophy as a prize, I get that, but a championship belt too. Why? What was the point of that? Extras included a Raw 10-man tag, which had Rollins, Strowman, Balor, Lashley and Rude against Miz, Curtis Axel, Bo Dallas, Owens and Zayn, which was cool, I thought. And a SmackDown Live 6-man tag, Styles, Gallows and Anderson against Aiden English, Rusev and Nakamura. So that was the extras. They were pretty cool. So overall, I thought this was going into the wrestling DVD Hall of Shame pile, but despite a few shitty low points, I've decided to not to send it there, sorry, and instead award it with a 7 out of 10. And one funny thing before I go, guys, I noticed just before I started the video, there's his feet hanging out Titus O'Neil under the ring apron where he slid under there. What the fuck? Just to embarrass the guy even fucking more. Look at that. Fucking awesome, but harsh at the same time. Poor bastard. Yeah, so as I said, 7 out of 10 for this, guys. Let me know in the thoughts below in the comments what you think of it. If you want to buy it, if you want to watch it, have you watched it? Your thoughts on it all. Please feel free to like and subscribe. Sorry guys, I just have so much fun with this. Take good care of yourselves, guys. Peace.